Hello everyone. Welcome back to Lady Show English. Today we're going to explore an important topic that affects businesses worldwide: cyber attacks. This is a subject that touches technology, business, and even our daily lives. So let's dive in and learn some useful English along the way. In recent years, cyber attacks have become a major problem for companies around the world. These attacks happen when criminals use computers to break into company systems and steal information or stop their work. Today, we'll look at how these attacks affect big businesses and what makes them vulnerable. Let me teach you some key vocabulary first. The word cyber attack means when someone uses technology to harm a computer system. The verb to target means to choose someone or something as the focus of attention or attack. For example, hackers targeted several large companies last year. Another important word is vulnerable. This adjective means easy to attack or harm. We often use it with the preposition to, as in companies are vulnerable to cyber attacks if they don't protect their systems. Let's look at some real examples. In September, a famous car company called Jaguar Land Rover had to stop all production because of a cyber attack. Their factories sent workers home, and the production lines stayed empty for weeks. This cost the company an estimated £50 million per week. Here's an important phrase: production line. This is the system in a factory where products are made step by step. When we say the production lines remained idle, we mean they were not working or operating. Other big companies have faced similar problems. Major retailers like Marks and Spencer lost around £300 million due to cyber attacks. The phrase "due to" is very useful in business English. It means because of and is more formal. You can say the problem happened due to a technical error instead of the problem happened because of a technical error. With these examples in mind, you might be wondering about the mechanics behind them, so let's explore that next. So how do these attacks actually work? Criminals often use something called ransomware. This is special software that locks a company's computers and files. The criminals then demand money to unlock everything. Let me explain the verb to demand. It means to ask for something forcefully, expecting to get it. In business contexts, we often see phrases like demand payment or make demands. Many hackers gain entry to company systems through weak spots. The phrase "to gain entry" means to get into a place, often when it's difficult or you're not supposed to be there. It's more formal than just saying "get in." Interestingly, these cyber criminals come from different places. Some are organized groups from Russia, while others are young English-speaking teenagers who rent hacking tools. The verb to rent or to lease means to pay money to use something for a limited time, usually equipment or property. Now, let's talk about why big companies are easy targets. Many businesses use a system called just-in-time delivery. This means they don't keep extra products or parts in storage. Instead, everything arrives exactly when needed. The phrase "just in time" is a very common business term. It describes a system designed to reduce waste and save money on storage costs. However, this system has a weakness: if one small part of the process stops working, everything stops. We call this a weak spot or vulnerability. When we say a company has weak spots, we mean there are parts of their business that can easily be damaged or attacked. Car companies and food retailers are particularly vulnerable because they have complex supply chains. A supply chain is the entire system of getting products from factories to customers, including all the companies and steps involved. Beyond the vulnerabilities, it's crucial to consider the broader financial repercussions. The costs of cyber attacks are enormous. Individual companies can lose hundreds of millions of pounds. But the damage spreads beyond just one company. When a big company like Jaguar Land Rover stops production, thousands of smaller supplier companies also lose money. Let me teach you an important phrase: knock-on effect or cascading effect. This means when one problem causes other problems, like dominoes falling. For example, the factory closure had a knock-on effect on hundreds of small businesses. We also use the verb to stretch in a figurative way. When we say consequences stretch far, we mean they affect many people or things over a wide area. It's different from the physical meaning of stretch, like stretching your arms. Let me share some useful word partnerships, or collocations, that you'll often see in business and technology news. 1. Cybersecurity always goes together. We don't say cyber safety in this context. 2. Supply chain disruption is a common phrase meaning problems in the system of getting products to customers. 3. Critical infrastructure refers to the essential systems a country needs, like power, water, and transportation. 4. Financial damage or financial losses are the most natural ways to talk about money problems in formal English. 5. The verb to halt means to stop completely. It's more formal than stop. For example, the company halted all online shopping sounds more professional than the company stopped all online shopping. To better grasp how this information is presented in the media, let's examine some typical sentence structures from news articles. News articles often use complex sentence structures. Let's break down a typical example. Though they are expected to resume operations in the coming days, it will be in a slow and carefully controlled manner. This sentence has two parts connected by though, which shows contrast. The first part tells us what will happen. The second part explains how it will happen differently than we might expect. The phrase "in the coming days" is a formal way to say soon or "in the next few days." Similarly, "in the coming weeks" or "in the coming months" are very useful time expressions in business English. To resume means to start again after stopping. It's more formal than to continue or to restart. Looking ahead, it's important to hear what the professionals think about what's coming next. Experts are worried about future attacks. One cybersecurity specialist said that the UK has had a laissez-faire approach to cybersecurity. This French phrase, used in English, means a relaxed, hands-off approach where the government doesn't control things strictly. Another concern is what experts call a single point of failure. This technical term means one part of a system that, if it breaks, causes everything to fail. It's like having only one bridge across a river. If that bridge collapses, there's no other way to cross. The phrase, "keep someone up at night," is an idiom meaning to make someone worry so much they can't sleep. When the expert says, "that would keep me up at night," he means it's a very serious worry. This topic connects to a broader subject, risk management in business. Companies must balance efficiency with safety. They want to save money by having lean operations, but this can make them more vulnerable to problems. Risk management means the process of identifying and reducing dangers to a business. Other related terms include business continuity planning, which means preparing for emergencies, and disaster recovery, which means getting back to normal after something bad happens. In today's connected world, cybersecurity is not just an IT problem. It's a business strategy issue that affects everyone from factory workers to company executives. To apply this in conversations, here are some practical ways to talk about issues and fixes. When discussing business problems in English, we use specific patterns. To describe problems, the issue lies in, or the challenge stems from. To suggest solutions, companies need to, or one approach would be to. To discuss consequences, this leads to, or the result is. For example, the challenge stems from outdated security systems. Companies need to invest in better protection. This would lead to fewer successful attacks. Building on that, let's expand our vocabulary by exploring how words relate to each other. Expanding your vocabulary becomes easier when you understand word families, as they allow you to learn related words together. For instance, take the adjective vulnerable, which transforms into the noun vulnerability and the adverb vulnerably. Similarly, the verb disrupt gives us the noun disruption and the adjective disruptive. Another example is secure, which can function as both an adjective and a verb, leading to the noun security and the adverb securely. Lastly, estimate serves as both a verb and a noun, producing estimation as another noun and estimated as an adjective. By learning one word and its related forms, you can express ideas more flexibly and confidently in English. Finally, to wrap up our language lessons, let's cover how to express the magnitude of these events. Business news often talks about the scale or size of problems. Here are some useful expressions. On a large scale means affecting many people or things. Widespread means happening in many places. Far-reaching consequences means effects that spread to many areas. Ripple effect is like throwing a stone in water. The effects spread out in circles, getting wider and wider. For example, the cyber attack had far-reaching consequences, affecting thousands of companies across multiple industries. And with that, we've covered everything for today. Time to conclude. So, we've learned about cyber attacks, why businesses are vulnerable, and the enormous costs involved. We've also studied important vocabulary, phrases, and sentence structures that you'll see in business and technology news. Remember, the key phrases we covered today include cyber attack, vulnerable to, supply chain, just-in-time delivery, knock-on effect, and many more. Try to use these in your own sentences to practice. Here at Ladies Show English, we focus on bringing you real-world news topics covering health, food, travel, business, technology, and environmental issues. We believe that learning English through current events makes the language more relevant and interesting for your daily life. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to ring that notification bell so you never miss our new lessons. Your support helps us create more content to help you improve your English. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Keep learning, and stay curious.